Alright guys, welcome back to my next couple of random Wi-Fi battles. This one is actually recorded straight from the webcam because I had a feeling about this trainer. Now if you look at this team, I will tell you right now, I hate this. I do not like seeing teams like this. Whenever I see teams like this, it makes me want to whoop their ass even worse. Anyway, let's just get on to it. So, it's going to be a little tougher to narrate this one because this one, of course, as I said before, is straight from the webcam, but I will do my best to get through it. So, I start with my Bastiodon, and they start with an Aegislash. Of course, Bastiodon is going to set up Stealth Rocks this turn. I did want to go for the Protect because I had a feeling that that thing might attack right away, but the chances of throwing King Shield up as well are pretty high. But, he ends up getting me and goes for the Sacred Sword straight away. Bastiodon is going to take it not too well, but he had Sturdy anyway, so it doesn't matter. All I wanted to do was get my rocks up. Now, I know the next attack I'm probably not going to take, so I'm just going to leave it in. Should it actually be able to take an attack, I was going to go for the rest, and then probably Metal Burst the shit out of it. But, unfortunately, you know Bastiodon can't take a Sacred Sword twice. So now I go into my Metacam. Metacam, I'm going to Mega Evolve and have it use Fire Punch, though I'm pretty sure King Shield is coming now, and since Metacam can't really use any other attacks, basically it's just a sitting duck. So I try to attack with Fire Punch, protects itself with King Shield, drops my attack by 2 stages. Metacam is definitely not usable at this point, and I cannot afford to lose it, so I return it and go into my Lantern. All of you who have seen this Lantern before know it's a complete douchebag. This thing has caused more disconnects than I can remember. So, he gets it with Shadow Ball. Lantern, being the sponge that it is, takes it like a champ, goes back into defensive form. Aegislash goes into defensive form while I go for the Confuse Ray. King Shield does not block status moves, at least all the ones I've used. From what I know, King Shield only blocks physical and special attacks. I've never seen it block a status move in my life. Then again, I don't really use Aegislash ever since it was banned, so I don't really know what King Shield's capable of. But, he hurts himself in confusion this turn, trying to go for the attack, most likely Sacred Sword. I believe this turn he's going to swap out while I go for the Scald. I'm not too sure about this turn. Yes, he does switch out and he goes into the Mewtwo now. Whenever you see Mewtwo, you always think it's carrying Mewtwo Y. Very few actually carry Mewtwo X. I'm going to hit it with Thunder Wave just to slow the bastard down. Lantern, I believe, should be able to outspeed that Mewtwo now, despite having no speed EVs whatsoever. I'm going to launch a Confuse Ray at it now. While the Mewtwo, I believe, hurts itself in confusion this turn. Yes, it does. So now I believe I go for the Scald. The only other attack I have is Discharge, and I'm not going to use Discharge just yet. I'd rather just go with this. Oh wait, no, I did use Discharge this turn. Shows how much I've paid attention in this battle. But anyway, he ends up hurting himself in confusion again. Discharge is pretty weak. I might actually replace it with Thunderbolt. Though I think Discharge has a higher chance of paralysis, which wouldn't matter because I have Thunder Wave anyway. But I hit it with Scald. It gets past confusion this turn and is able to recover health. So now that I know it's got Recover, it could be a problem to deal with. So I'm going to have to keep it confused. I'm going to go for the Scald again just to get damage on it. He snaps out of confusion this turn and he goes for the Psy Strike. Lantern still takes it very well thanks to its massive hit points. Even with a pretty low defense stat, it still managed to take that Psy Strike like a champ. Now here's where it throws me off. He has special attacks on a Mewtwo X. What the hell is he thinking? I have no freaking clue. He must not know how to use that thing. But he ends up hurting himself in confusion again. I do not remember the attack I just used because I'm falling behind. But he calls the Mewtwo back, and he goes back into the Aegislash. I think I go for the Confuse Ray this turn. No, I go for the Scald. Scald is going to do just about 1/4 of damage. That Aegislash won't be hanging on too much longer. I think this turn I go for the Confuse Ray again, just to be a douchebag. I know that my Lantern can take this thing out, but I still don't want to take the chances of being hit by a Sacred Sword or something like that, and end up being crit to death. So he switches into Blade form, obviously going for an attack, and he ends up hurting himself in his confusion. This turn, I believe he switches out. I don't remember for sure. Does he switch out? Which wouldn't make much sense to anyway, because he's already practically dead. I think he goes back into the Mewtwo X. What the hell did you do? Oh no, he went for the King Shield. Okay. He does get past Confusion this turn, and he does get the King Shield up, which allows him to block my Scald, which won't matter too much anyway. That thing's probably carrying... No, it's carrying leftovers. Most Aegislashes I see weakness policy on, though I should have made that call a long time ago. But anyway, he calls back the Aegislash, I don't know why, and goes back into the Mewtwo X. Mewtwo X is going to be scalded to death, and that's unfortunately going to be the end of this match because the guy runs like a pussy disconnecting. You're going to end up seeing the disconnect screen here because I actually needed proof to show something. But you can tell just by how it goes black, he already ran off. So, just proves that Japanese trainers disconnect very much. Because every Japanese trainer I faced has disconnected on me. But anyway, let's get on to a battle that actually did finish. They're going to start with a Salamence, I'm going to start with a Swampert. Straight away, I'm going to set up my Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rock is always good to have on the field, especially running this team. He goes for the Earthquake, and Earthquake does absolutely nothing. So now he goes for the Dragon Claw, does a bit more damage. I'm going to roar that thing out, and in comes a Sceptile. And that is not what I really wanted to see. Sceptile is a bit of a threat to my team, though Swampert was already half dead to go, so there was no point in saving it. So I go into my own Sceptile. I jump the gun and Mega Evolve my Sceptile, going for a Dragon Pulse, thinking that I'd be able to take that Sceptile out. But the Sceptile hangs on with an 16th of life and fires a Dragon Pulse back at me. Fortunately, I was able to take that Dragon Pulse, and they end up Mega Evolving now, but I still outspeed, getting my Dragon Pulse off and finishing off that Sceptile. That would have been a big problem if that Dragon Pulse did any more damage. So he goes into Charizard. Charizard is no threat to me because 1, I can outspeed it, and 2, he's already Mega Evolved, making that Charizard useless, especially since Stealth Rock was set up. So now he goes into his last Pokemon, which is Salamence. After Charizard is down, I'm going to fire a Dragon Pulse, no Focus Sashes on the Mence, and I'm able to take him down for the win. So I hope you guys enjoyed these last 2 battles, and I will see you next time for my next Wi-Fi battles.